Oh, raid incoming. Thank you so much for the raid, Rose Evans Star. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I cannot figure out why my camera is orange. Maybe because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. I don't remember it being super orange yesterday. No. Revel in my pumpkin self. Man, I love fall. And I am definitely a pumpkin spice girl. I love pumpkin spice. Almost everything. Oh, goodness. Playing with the camera. That looks a little better. Okay. Squash allergy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because pumpkin is a squash. Who knew? I remember a couple of years ago, it was all over social media how Starbucks wasn't putting pumpkin in their pumpkin spice lattes. Instead, they were putting squash. And I'm like, you guys know that's the same thing, right? Yeah. Sometimes it's worth it. Just have a bit of Benadryl on hand. My cousin would do that with shrimp. She loved shrimp. But had a shellfish allergy. And her doctor finally made her quit doing that. They're like, you know, shellfish allergies are really, really bad. And it can go from minor to extremely bad without warning. So she doesn't treat herself to shrimp anymore. Alrighty. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, welcome back to my channel. This is my third stream. Yeah. But yeah, this is my third stream in the weekend of Riding Wildly for July Camp Nano. There's one streamer after me, and then we're done. So we are currently 36 hours in. At the end of my stream, we will be at 38 hours. And at the end of Titch with Pitch's stream, we will be at an even 40 hours. And it has been really, really awesome. Oof. Yeah, Pippin, that's no fun. No. I have some IBS issues with food triggers that I'm still trying to figure out, and sometimes the food will trigger me and sometimes it won't, and there's often no rhyme or reason to it. I am discovering that things that I thought were triggers weren't, but instead it was the oil it was cooked in, so that helps a little. But yeah, they really are. It's like for a long time I thought one of my triggers was mushrooms, but I could eat raw mushrooms no problem, and I could eat mushrooms that I cooked at home, whether I fried them or sauteed them, it didn't matter. I could eat it just fine. But if I ate mushrooms at a restaurant, I was tore up. And I guess it was last year that I finally got to thinking about it, and I'm like, I bet it's the oil. And I started running experiments with oils and butters and cooking fats, and sure enough, if there's too much oil, it just tears my stomach to shreds. So yeah. And of course there's other things. Caffeine is tricky, but I'm honestly not super big on caffeine anyway. I have 1 cup of regular coffee a day, and then I'll have decaf coffee if I want another cup of coffee. And I am a big fan of Dr. Pepper. Especially Dr. Pepper cream soda is my favorite. But even with that, I'll have 1 can or bottle a day. Yeah, it's like the caffeine. Yes, the Dr. Pepper cream soda is so good. The caffeine for me, it makes my brain sleepy, which apparently is a common enough thing for folks with ADHD. It'll still make, my intestines and my stomach jittery, which can be beneficial on occasion. But yeah, too much of it, too much caffeine, and it just tears my stomach to pieces. Yes, aspartame is a migraine trigger for me too. And sucralose, aspartame and sucralose. And it's not good. I don't like it. Yeah, I haven't done allergy testing. I wanted to, but I haven't really had a chance to. And like in the last couple of years, Mom developed an allergy where it would constrict her breathing. And so they tried all sorts of different things to find out what it was, but she couldn't get in to see an allergist. Plus she has chemically induced asthma, which means going into any doctor's office where they're cleaning with chemicals and bleach and things like that, or if they have air fresheners plugged in, she will have a very severe asthma attack very quickly. And so going to the doctor is tricky. And she did some testing, elimination method on her own, and she's fairly certain that her new allergy is chocolate. Cocoa. And which is really sad. But anytime she has something with chocolate or mocha or cocoa of any kind in it, she gets the tight chest, can't breathe, all of that. I think she takes 4 Zyrtec a day is what the doctor told her to do, or take 2 Zyrtec and 2 Allegra or something like that. I'm like, that is a lot. So yeah, I like my chocolate. But yes, I do have my coffee. This cup is decaf. Good coffee. It is Green Mountain Breakfast Blend decaf. And I have the Torani syrups in salted caramel, vanilla, and cinnamon. And then some half and half. Hi! How are you, the real salties? No, I do not have a book published yet. I write more as a hobby than a profession. I would like to publish someday, but that would require actually finishing a story. And I get really into it and I can hyper focus for, weeks or a month at a time, and then my brain just is like, nope, and I can't make it write any more words for a while. So, ADHD has its superpowers, but it also has its drawbacks. The book I'm editing tonight is the second in a trilogy I've been working on for maybe 15 years now. I think I started it in 2008, maybe. And the first book is actually the first book I ever wrote beginning to end and had a the end. And then, of course, as I started writing the second book, lots of things in the first book need changing as the story evolves. The finishing happens and then the editing doesn't. And that's kind of what happened with my first book, is the finishing happened and it was supposed to be a standalone novel. And then my brain's like, we need a sequel. So, and with book 2, I've probably written 50 to 75,000 words on it twice and thrown the whole thing out and started over. This time, though, I really like the story. I like where it's gone. I like the beats in it, and I've just got to make sure that all the continuity makes sense. And then there will be one more book after this one, and hopefully it'll just be those 3. Yeah. I don't know how people who write series for, a living do it, because as I started working on book 2, more and more things in book 1 needed to change to foreshadow things in book 2, and people I had in book 1 ended up being different in book 2, and I know some people have that awesome ability to retcon while moving forward. I don't. Yeah. I have never successfully written a short story. Never. Book 1 in this series is about, I think, 130,000 words. Book 2 is currently sitting at around 90,000. Yeah. I tried to write a short story for a writing contest I was really interested in. And yeah, it didn't work out. I still have the outline and fully intend to write it. It's going to be a more future retelling of Snow White. But sci-fi is not my genre. As much as I love it, I really struggle with writing technology convincingly. And so I tend to write more fantasy because I'm really good at world building and I'm really good at magic. So, yeah, the people with huge references for their series yeah. I have a friend, she was the former ML for Augusta, Georgia, who recently finished up a series. J.D. Monroe is her author name. And the Dragons of Azkaban series, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. If you like paranormal romance, this one's great fun. And she got to the last book and went back to double check some facts and and realized that this one set of priestesses were wearing a different color in the original book than they had been throughout the rest of the entire series. And she's like, yeah, I had to throw a comment in there of, you know, this one temple in this one place wears this other color for some random reason. And I'm like, yeah. But I don't know. I hope to publish someday, but it's not a huge drive for me right now. I hope it will be. Again, it was a couple of years ago, and life got in the way. And so I hope to get back there someday. All right, well, good night, Rose. I hope you have a great evening. And now that I've talked for 15 minutes, we should probably run a sprint. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so I am going to throw up a 15-minute sprint. I do sprints in 15 minutes of writing, 10 minutes of break. I usually take a little bit longer break right in the middle of my stream. But since I've gone over because I can talk, we'll see how that goes. So anyway, I will be editing, and our amazing moderator, Kesper, is going to be keeping track of our words written and our minutes spent editing. So yeah, I believe the event right now is hovering just under 90,000 words written for this 40-hour writing event. So let's see if we can crack that, shall we? All right, here we go. Alright, and that is time. This is Corey. He is my more elusive cat. The vet has him labeled as a danger kitty because he has a tendency to bite them. He cuddles when he wants cuddles, which is apparently right now. So for that sprint, I got 5 minutes worth of editing done before he claimed all of my hands. Good job, Pippin. 68 words. Were you distracted by the cat? Yeah. Last time I had to take him in for a concern, I had to drop him off and let the vet work him in when they could. And he bit the vet before they ever managed to get him out of the carrier. He was unhappy that day. Yeah. Apparently it is kitty time then, if yours invaded the same time mine did. Goodness me. I was wondering if Corey was even going to make an appearance during this event. I don't think he did in April. George has made several. And apparently he is out cuddling with the husband. Yeah, we have a standing dinner time for the cats at about 5 p.m. And Corey will show up and start asking for dinner around 3 p.m. So, yeah. And we actually started a set dinner time because it was the only way to make sure Corey came home every day, because he's an indoor-outdoor cat. And so once we started giving them, a can of tasty wet food at 5 p.m. every evening, Corey started coming home every day instead of skipping long days and us wondering if he was still alive somewhere. Aww. He's very lovey when he wants to be. He adopted us in, I think it was October of 2012. At that time we thought he was a she, and we're pretty sure he and another cat were dumped and abandoned because they had old ratty collars on, but neither of them had eaten in a while, and they were both very skinny and little. And I had just married my husband and moved across the country, and I had to leave my cat behind with my parents because she was an older cat and wouldn't have traveled well. And my husband's cat hated my guts. And Corey loved me. So I started feeding him. And then my husband got sent TDY for a military thing. He was gone a week or two. And during that time, I let Corey in the house. Because I was sad and I wanted a cat to cuddle with me. And he's been around ever since. We did take him to the vet a few months after that to, get her spayed. At which point the vet called us up and said, this is a neutered male. And we're like, really? Good to know. Oh. Hang on. There you go. And he's done. And I'm covered in cat hair. So we had to change his name from Cosette to Corey. All the hair. But yeah, we think he's 10 years old this year, maybe 11. We don't really know. But he's starting to go gray on his ears. So, but he is definitely a love bug if he decides he likes you. And then, you know, like a couple of weeks ago, I'm walking across the kitchen and he runs out of nowhere and bites my leg. So, let's see, how do we say this name? Kiara? I like it. Kiara the Bard. Hello. Welcome to my channel. Yeah, so I am Dreaming Rose. I am a municipal liaison for the Georgia-Augusta area. And I've been doing that since 2018. It's been a lot of fun. Last year, with 2020 being the weird year it was, a bunch of us started looking for ways to do cool online things. And the 100 Hours team was born out of that. So in November, we do a full 100 hours of writing. And that is so much fun. It was so much fun that we decided to do it again for camp. And so in April, we did 34 hours. And this month in July, we're doing 40. Yeah. Yep. That is today. You're actually coming in on the end of it. My stream will go for about another hour and 20 minutes. And then Titch with Pitch will do the last stream. They will stream, for me, it'll be from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. because I'm in the eastern U.S. And that'll close out our 40 hours. I think most of us still have the videos up on our Twitch pages. But if you decide you like us, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I think all of those links are in my bio, except maybe the Instagram, because it's new. And yeah, follow us, join the Discord, and we will be doing a 100 hours event in November, which is sooner than you'd think. So yeah, but I'm so glad you found us. Absolutely. You can find a lot of really cool writers on our threads, and some of them stream regularly. I know Ink Writer streams regularly, so does Raven O'Fiernan, and some other writers that have streamed with us is Misty Joy and Eli Quake, and yeah, lots of fun. I always say that I'm gonna, stream more, and then I don't. I really should though. I enjoy it. Oh. And yes, as you can see, back on my stool over there, we have Mr. Scribbles, the 100 Hours bunny mascot. All 4 of us admins managed to get one, which was a feat considering we're all over the world. But we all managed to get the same bunny. And so we're going to have fun with the bunnies in November, I think. Plot bunnies are a lot of fun. Alright, so did everybody get to report their words and minutes and all of that fun stuff? Yes? Awesome. Alright, well, this break is just about up. And since I got very little done last sprint, thanks to my suddenly lovable cat, we're gonna try this again. Handwriting is still fantastic, though. We have one of our streamers, I believe it was Sarah Norris, was handwriting, and so it's really, really cool. And I know Eli's done some handwriting too. So anyway, all right, here we go. We are going to write, edit, read, whatever it is you do for the next 15 minutes. And here we go. Alright, and that is time. Matched up perfectly with the ending of that track. Speaking of, we are currently listening to Tabletop Audio. They are an amazing group who put out really gorgeous music, mostly designed for tabletop D&D games, but a lot of us writers, especially with the 100 Hours team, like to use them because they let us. Their music is royalty free. I got 15 minutes of editing. I actually got to edit that whole time. Your cat turned on caps lock. Awesome. But yeah, tabletopaudio.com, and you can listen to any of their stuff. You can stream it free on their website. I have several downloaded to my iTunes. And Tabletop Audio is also on Patreon. If you like them well enough, you can, go to Patreon and give them a couple of dollars a month and get access to cool alternate tracks. In fact, the one we're listening to is Haven, but it's the music-only version of Haven, which is cool. So anyway, I really like Tabletop. They make me happy. Is everything still going? It's looking like I have a little bit of lag issue going on. What? That might be why. Are we back? Maybe. But of course. Well, it's not Discord. There we go. Now we're back. Maybe. Are we having any buffering issues on your side, Cass? Is the video stopping and glitching? Because my OBS is. All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with Streamlabs OBS for me, but it is finicky as all get out right now. I'm being told that, yeah. Stream Manager is showing that my internet connection is excellent. So I don't think it's my internet. I think it's actually my streaming program. But that's okay. This is my last stream, and we are halfway through it. If we can just hold it together for one more hour, we will be alright. Yeah. I don't know. I thought maybe it was because I had a bunch of things open when I was streaming last time. And so this time I have, everything shut down. I've got Streamlabs OBS up. I've got Stream Manager up. And, Scrivener. And the music. And that's really about it. So I don't know. I don't know at all. But OBS keeps opening menus for some really bizarre reason. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. Well then. So, what are y'all working on? I know Pippin is handwriting and Kiara is handwriting. And my novel is about an assassin set in a Forgotten Realms D&D kind of setting. I was definitely inspired by R.A. Salvatore, as well as I was playing World of Warcraft when I first started writing this story. Way back with the initial launch of Burning Crusade. And so my story follows an assassin who has turned from darkness to light and has reconnected with her family and is trying to live a different life, but her past life won't let her. And so now in book 2, she's found someone that she's falling in love with, and she doesn't quite know what to do about that. Because the last guy she had feelings for ended up dead. So, yeah. So Kiara is working on a coming-of-age fantasy witch novel. I like that. That's a lot of fun. I love writing fantasy. Fantasy is my favorite genre to write in. I like the world building. I like the magic. Yeah, I like it all. I like having different races. I like having things that aren't natural. I started writing somewhere between ages 9 and 11. I think it was closer to 9 than 11. But around 11, I started working on a time travel story. And most of the story took place in the far past. And I had no desire to research history, so instead I built my own planet. And I still have those drafts. A couple of years ago for Nano, several of us in my region decided to take on the challenge to rewrite one of our very first novels. And so we were the rewrite squad, and I worked on that one. And I like where it's going, but I haven't touched it in a while. I should check back into it. Alrighty. Let's see. My first novel I ever wrote, I'm planning to rewrite as a 4-book series. Nice. That is awesome. Yeah, the first one I wrote, I started writing, and then the story went both ways. And turned into a trilogy where I had written the second book first. And then it got bigger and bigger and crazier, and going back and looking at it now, it's like, oh wow, young Rose was dumb. But that's the thing about writing, you know, all of us start with grandiose ideas that we don't know how to put on paper. But the more we put on paper, the better we get at it. And so now, decades later, things are better. And I can go back and see the good bits of the story and keep those and rewrite things. Yeah, writing is definitely a journey, and it is fun to look back. When I started rewriting this one, I skipped a lot of the tedious character growth in the beginning, and because it was boring. It was boring. But as I got 50,000 words deep into the rewrites, I realized that my main female character was a complete Mary Sue. She was absolutely perfect. She had no character growth that needed to be done. She had all the skills required. And I'm like, well, crap. So, yeah. Good night, Pippin. I hope you have a great night. Yes, feed the cats. We don't want them to murder us in our sleep. Alright, well, I am going to toss up the P right back screen because it's, midpoint through my stream. I greatly encourage you guys to get up, stretch, grab a drink, hydrate, grab a snack, do what you need to do, and we'll be right back. So my Be Right Back stream scene is going to have a 10-minute timer on it. I will likely be back before then. But this may be your last chance to really walk away from the stream for a minute without missing something. Because once Titch gets a hold of y'all here in about an hour, she's not going to let you go until 2 hours later. Titch is very excited about ending this with as many words as possible, and they are awesome. So, okay. Anyway, enough jabber from me. I'm gonna throw up the Be Right Back, and I will be right back. I am back. Let me know when y'all are back. And we will throw up another sprint. Maybe my OBS won't lock up this time. Hello, hello. Hi, Guestbird. Very awesome. Hello, Kiara. Welcome back. I don't know, Pippin went to bed. And I think those may be the only 4 of us who are actually writing or editing. So I'm going to give it just another couple of minutes, and then I will throw up another sprint, and we'll do it again. Now, as you can notice, my Scrivener is up on screen, but I have it obscured. That's for a couple of reasons, really. There's some... There seems to be a lot of piracy going on with especially targeting Twitch streaming writers recently. But more than that is that I can't seem to think when it feels like someone is actually watching the words I've put up there. Especially since I can't spell to save my life. And so having my writing where you can see that there's words on the screen and you can see that the screen is moving, but you can't read what it really says, helps me a lot. It lets me write and not worry about putting the perfect word in place. Because let's face it, in Nano, you don't put the perfect word in place. You just put all the words you can think of in place. And even for camp, you put the words down to get them out of your head, and then you try and fix it later, and then you try and fix it again. And there's a big change between first draft and final draft. Even though my college self didn't think that when turning in essays. My poor professors. But there really is, especially with a book and a story that needs to connect all the dots from beginning to end, and then if it's part of a series, even further. So, but yeah, there's some pirates out there, not the fun kind, and there's apparently some really icky malware going around on such sites as well. The Twitch Writers Network sent out a warning about it just a few days ago. So, yeah. Alright, well, I am going to go ahead and toss up the next sprint. And we might get one more after this, and then we'll be rating Titch. Kiara says, I hand wrote my first Nano. Only made it to 32,000 words, but it was awesome. Yes, when I started writing, I was handwriting everything, and in fact, I learned to type by typing in what I had written by hand years and years before. On, you know, this hand-me-down laptop that weighed 50 pounds. You know, I would type while reading. You know, I had the handwritten stuff over there and had to type it. And I had to do it myself because my handwriting is horrific and only I can read it. Especially when I was a kid. All right. Here we go. Alrighty, and that is time. Good job, everyone. I think 10 minutes is too long. We'll give it 5. That's what happens when I get chatty. 5 minutes editing for you. Good job. Yes, the urgent feeding of the feline monarchy. It's definitely a thing. It was 10 minutes worth of editing from me. As I got distracted. 1 page handwritten for Kiara. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Good job, y'all. I can't believe this event is almost over. We spend so much time prepping and planning for it. You might try Google. If you Google approximately how many words per page handwritten, Google might spit out a number. It does. It goes by so fast. Yep. Inspiration happens at 2:45 a.m. I completely know how it feels. I do my best thinking when the sky is dark. Sweet! That'll work. 250 words average per page handwritten. Use that number. That's great. I like it. So let's see. Scrolling back through. That was 1 page for Kiara. So how many pages have you written overall, Kiara? Oh, I broke Streamlabs again. All I did was scroll the text. What a mess. What a mess. Still says it looks good, so who knows? Oh, goodness me. It was either the update. Sweet. 2 pages handwritten totals for about 500 words. And that's for the whole hour and a half or so that we've been writing. You've gotten 2 full pages handwritten. Awesome. Very awesome. Water. That is fantastic. Well, I was going to run 1 more sprint, but my Streamlabs is frozen. Hey, there it goes. Now it caught back up. This week there was, well, I guess last week since today's Sunday, unless the week starts on Monday for you. Anyway, in the last 7 days there was an update to Streamlabs OBS and there was an update to Microsoft Windows, and apparently they aren't playing well with each other. But it's okay. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Alright, so I am actually going to throw up a timer. It's going to say break, but it's going to run for 10 minutes. And that will be our last sprint. That'll give us 5 minutes to get ready to raid Titch. And yeah, so take that one off. And here we go. Let's sprint one more time. Alright, and that is time. That is our last sprint. I got 10 minutes worth of editing there. Got thoroughly wrapped up in my story. Don't want it to be done yet. But that's it. That's the last sprint for my stream. My last stream of this weekend of Riding Wildly. Aw, thank you, Cass. I'm glad it's been entertaining. From the cat co-opting all of me to the random glitches to all the things. I'm glad I have managed to entertain. Half a page of writing. Good job. Good job. You know, it's always a good thing when you're going back through your work and editing and rereading when you actually like what you wrote and you want to know what comes next. Yeah. It's always a good feeling to go through it and go, hey, this is pretty good. I did that? Are you sure I did that? Awesome! So we're still under 90,000 words for the whole event, right? We're at what, 89,000 something? Yes. Yeah, that's the biggest problem is when you get sucked in this story and you love it and you want to know what happens next and it's not there and you're like, curses! I guess I have to write it. Ooh, we did top 90,000. Awesome! Yay! That's way cool. That is way, way cool. That's cool, because before, I checked it right before I started my stream, and I thought it was at 89, but the last round of words probably hadn't been added yet from Rose Evanstar's stream. So, very cool. Very cool. Well, Kiara, I am so glad that you joined us and got in on some of this. It has been great fun to have you in my chat, and I wish you all the luck in the world with your novel. It's going to be wonderful. And Cass, as always, you are brilliant, and I couldn't have done this without you, honest. All right. Well, George! The George has arrived. In the last minutes of the stream, the George has shown up to show you his tail. Jess says hi. Yes. Absolutely, Kiara. Oh, you are welcome back anytime. And I hope I'm saying your name right. All right. Well, I suppose I can cue us up to raid Titch. If I can see the computer. Unfortunately, the George is not transparent. Yes, hello. Hi. Mwah. Yes. I can't see through you, George. Alright, raid channel. Hello, love. Alright. And start raid. Da, 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 da. Y'all have a good night. Bye.